Hey guys, welcome back to the Pitera channel. And today we're going to start the first of a series of videos which are going to be tips to make your vacation an excellent experience. Things you may or may not know about Carnival, or really applies to any cruise line. So we'll be back to talk about them right after this. Welcome back. As I said, we are here in Clearwater Beach, Florida with 10 things that you may or may not for your Carnival cruise. Now, make sure you put lots of comments down below. If you're not subscribed to our channel, click the subscribe button, click the little bell notification, and that'll let you know when we upload new videos. Also, if you'd like to support our channel financially, you can click the little join button that's down there, and that supports us financially with a $4.99 donation to the channel every month. So the first thing we're going to talk about, people ask me about a lot, and that is faster to the fun. And is it worth it, and when do you buy it? Well, the first thing I need to tell you is that when Faster to the Fun first came out, you could purchase that almost all the way up until your cruise. Well, lately it's become really popular. So when you book your cruise, if Faster to the Fun is something that you're thinking of, I would book it immediately because they can and often do sell out. So what is Faster to the Fun? Well, let's start by talking about the VIFP program, which is Carnival's loyalty program. As you hit some of the higher statuses like Platinum and Diamond, you get special things like you can board the ship earlier in the morning through a special line that doesn't have nearly as many people in it. On board the ship, you have a special phone number and a special access line if you need to visit guest services. So if there's a long line at guest services, you don't have to wait in that long line. There's a much smaller line for those that have status, or those who've purchased Faster to the Fun because it gives you that status. Now, is it worth it? Well, you got to take this for what it's worth because I do have the status that I've earned. I don't have to purchase Faster to the Fun. But honestly, I think if I had to purchase Faster to the Fun, I probably wouldn't. And here's why. If you're one of those people that have to be the very first person on board the cruise ship and you're there at 9:30 in the morning and you're standing waiting for it to clear customs and you got to be that first person, it might be for you because you will get on with the first batch of people. But if you're not planning on coming in until after 11 o'clock and just strolling on board, I mean, really the lines aren't usually that long anyhow. So if you're buying it for that purpose only, maybe. The other thing with the special line for guest services, I really only find the line is really long at guest services the very first day of your sailing and the last morning of your sailing. Specifically, if you go to guest services at night after 10 p.m., it's a ghost town. You're never going to stand in line. So unless you need that convenience of being the first one at guest services or the last one to visit guest services, if you don't mind going during an off time, you really could save all that money for Faster to Fun and buy yourself a shore excursion. So for me personally, it's not worth it. But for a lot of people it is, so I don't want to discourage you. If those are some of the tips that you like and you don't like to stand in the longer lines, by all means, look at the Faster to the Fun option. But again, make sure you purchase it early because it can and often does sell out early. Let's talk about signing in on Carnival.com and in-room stateroom gifts. Now, obviously, and we'll talk about this just a little bit, when you book your reservation, you want to go into Carnival.com and pre-register your onboard experience. This not only will register you with the Department of Homeland Security and Customs and clear you to board the ship, but it's also where you'll print out your luggage tags. You can buy shore excursions, internet packages, alcohol or soda packages. But here's a tip that most people don't know. For those of you who like to drink liquor and you don't want to buy the liquor package, the Cheers package on board, because obviously everybody in the room has to buy it, that's over 21, and you want to save a few dollars, you can actually buy a full bottle of liquor on board Carnival.com prior to your cruise and have that delivered to your stateroom. It'll be there when you board the ship. And then you'll have a whole bottle for much less than if you were to purchase one drink at a time of your favorite spirit. If you're bringing your own bottle of wine or champagne, which you can do, it is limited to one bottle up to 750 milliliters per adult over 21 you're traveling with. And yes, you must carry it on board the cruise ship. You cannot check it. If you check it in your bags, when your bag gets to the room, you'll be minus one bottle of alcohol. So again, it's only champagne or wine. You can't bring hard liquor on. You can't bring anything in a plastic bottle either, other than like shampoo, but no drinkable liquids in a plastic bottle. So while you can bring a 12-pack of soda on, it must be canned. You can't bring bottled soda any longer. Too many people were sneaking liquor on board in plastic bottles. So Carnival did away with that rule, but they did lower the price of water on board at the same time, so that does make it helpful. You must carry it on board, and make sure you bring a corkscrew if you need a cork, because if you have to have somebody at the dining room do it, they do charge, depending on the ship, between a $15 and $20 corking fee to open that bottle for you. So bring a corkscrew on board. Again, you have to can carry that on board as well. People ask me this all the time, is how check-in works at the pier. Check-in at the pier is actually really simple. When you pack for your vacation, you're going to pack the same way you pack to go anywhere else. There is no luggage limitations on how much luggage you can bring on board the cruise ship, so you can bring as much as you like. But if you're flying to your cruise port, keep in mind that airlines, most of them anyway, do charge for baggage, and if you get over that second bag, it can be pretty pricey. Now when you check in at the pier, you're going to have two options for bringing in your luggage. Anything that'll fit in a small bag that will go through a security scanner like at the airport, you can carry on board the ship. Anything bigger than that, like a large piece of luggage, you're going to check that curbside. As soon as you arrive at the port, before you park your car, you're going to drive up to the porters, and they're going to take those bags from you. Make sure you have the luggage tags that you print off of Carnival.com on them, and they'll take the luggage for you and they will deliver them on board the cruise ship. Usually it's there by about 5 p.m., but it'll be delivered outside your stateroom door. They have until 9 o'clock p.m. Anything that you're going to need for the afternoon on board this cruise ship, or if you want to change for clothes for dinner, even though the dining rooms do allow for a much lesser dress code because they know a lot of people don't have their luggage, if you want to dress up for dinner, and just keep in mind that you may not have your luggage, so anything as far as medications or things that you're going to need for that first evening, bring with you. Don't check those, carry those on board. And the last thing I'm going to say is the porters are fantastic. They carry thousands and thousands of bags, both off the ship for the people getting off and on the ship for the people getting on, and they do a fantastic job of making sure that your bags get to where they go. And yes, they are paid by the hour. As a matter of fact, longshoremen are paid pretty good. But it is customary to tip them $2 per bag that they take from you. And they deserve it. So please bring a couple dollars in cash, give it to your porter who takes your bags. They're going to really thank you for it. They've got a family to feed, and you'll find that they just do an absolute fantastic job at the port. So Carnival has a great new way that they board their ships. When you check in on Carnival.com now, Carnival is going to give you the options of check-in times for you to come to the pier for your embarkation. And they do give you about a half of an hour leeway. So I would arrive at the port about a half hour before your scheduled check-in time. That'll give you time to give your bags to the porter. It'll give you time to park your car, as well as get in line to get on board the cruise ship. I'm here to tell you that if you get on board more than 30 minutes prior, or if you arrive more than 30 minutes prior to your scheduled time, they are going to make you wait outside. Not even inside in the air conditioning. They're not even going to let you pass the front door. So I promise you, take my word for it, select the time that's going to be best for you for check-in, and don't come earlier. The staggered check-in time has made a huge difference in allowing people to keep the lines low and people just literally arrive at the port and stroll on board. It makes a much, much better experience. So don't be that one person who comes to the port way outside your time and then gets PO'd because you feel like you should be able to get on the cruise ship before your time. It's not going to happen. So when you do get on board the ship, and this is going to be the one exception to the last tip, regardless of the time that Carnival gives you when you check in online, if you're faster to the fun, platinum or diamond, you are welcome to show up at the ship anytime you want, and they are going to let you on board. Now, if you're platinum or diamond, when you get on board the cruise ship, you are privileged because of your status to go to. You can put your bags down. Everybody else has to keep their bags with them until either 1 or 2 p.m. depending on the ship. Go up and enjoy the food on the Lido deck while the stateroom stewards and stewardesses are refurbishing the ship, getting all the old people out, cleaning all the rooms, getting all the new rooms ready for your great vacation. But Platinum, Diamond, and I believe they added Faster to the Fun as well. Can go directly to your cabin. If not, go and enjoy some lunch and your cabin will be ready in a few hours. Another reason not to arrive really, really early if you don't have the status or Faster to the Fun to do so, because nothing's going to be ready for you on board anyway. Everybody, when they get on board, always goes to the same place, especially because most cabins aren't ready yet for you. So everybody grabs their bags and they go up to the Lido deck and immediately sit by the pool, go to the buffet. And I'll tell you, for that first afternoon, the ship until about 4 o'clock is absolutely packed. So when you get on board the ship, open up your fun app, which is on your phone. I'll put a video card up above telling you where you can find a video for that, because there are alternate places on board the cruise ship that you can eat, alternate restaurants that are open that most people aren't going to go to that first afternoon. So if you check out those places, you're going to find a lot less people, a lot faster service. The fun times and the app. So we spoke about this a few minutes ago. Before you get on the cruise ship, as a matter of fact, you can do it right after you watch this video. Well, after you watch this and at least 5 more of mine, then you can do this. Go to the App Store on your phone and download the Carnival Fun Hub. Fun Hub is 100% free to use on board. There are things you can purchase in there, such as internet package or text messaging to the other people in your party. But to use it for your itinerary is 100% free. So download the Fun Hub, and as you're enjoying your cruise in your pocket, you can pull out your phone at any time and know exactly what's going on throughout the ship at any given time. So that's the Fun Hub. Just Google Carnival in your App Store and you'll see the Fun Hub icon. It is a free download. Make sure you download it before the cruise ship sails away, because once you sail away, you no longer have internet unless you purchase it to download the Fun Hub. So on all Carnival ships now, they have 3 dining times: an early dining time, a late dining time, and a your time dining. So you got to picture an early and a late dining time. You're going to be in a very specific table at a specific restaurant. The great side to that is you know when you're going to eat each day. Early will be somewhere around 6 o'clock, late will be between 8 and 9:30. You'll get the same wait staff, same people in the dining room help you, and it's fantastic because you're sitting with the same people every day, and your wait staff gets to know you. If you order coffee, they'll know you like coffee, and by the second day, they'll have it ready to go for you. It's a really nice experience, a really nice way if you like to meet the same people and get to know people, including the staff that works on board the ship. Now, your time dining is just like a restaurant. It's literally come and go as you please. So when you're ready for dinner, you go onto your Fun Hub app, you hit that you're ready to dine. In about 10 minutes, you'll get a text message back telling you what restaurant and what seat to go to. And you literally just go to that restaurant, have a seat. Now, the downside to that is during peak seasons, it may be busy. You may have a little wait for a dining time, although Carnival is very good about getting people seated in a pretty reasonable amount of time. And the other side is, and some people like this, is you're going to be sitting with different people every night, and you'll have a different wait staff every night. So some people like that, and some people don't. It's really up to you. Now, if you don't get the one you want through your travel agent or through Carnival directly, it's not a problem. On the first day of your cruise, it's usually at 1 o'clock p.m. in the main dining room. The maitre d' will be up there. You usually have to wait in line for a half hour to talk to them because a lot of people are making requests. But you can request to have your seat moved to a different dining time, and almost always they are able to do it. Or, now that you have a friend in the business, you can call me at 330-968-4300, and I can do my best to help you as well. Okay, so how food works on board the ship. I just told you about the dining times. The rest of the ship, there's going to be the steakhouse, which you need reservations for. It is additional. And most of the newer, larger ships have other venues to eat, like the sushi house, the cook at your table Japanese house, and they are additional, but they're very reasonable. You're looking between $20 and $30 for those dining experiences. The main dining room is always free, and the buffet is always free. So feel free to partake at the buffet as much as you want. There's no charge for it. Same thing at the main dining room. It's not unheard of for people to have even 2 or 3 main courses. As a matter of fact, each night, Carnival puts something on there that they're pretty sure you're not going to like. It's the Have You Ever Tried section. And it'll be things like rabbit or alligator or escargot. And it's a great time to try these things that you normally wouldn't try because you don't want to pay $50 for on land, where you can try them for free. And then last thing is that there is 24-hour room service as well. Room service during the day has half the menu that's about $5 an item, the other half is free, and then after 10 p.m. it goes to a completely paid menu. But there are tons of dining options on board a Carnival Cruise. I promise you're not going to come home lighter than when you left. And then my last piece of advice, and I always give this on a lot of my videos, is to my new cruisers who always tell me what the number one thing I would give for advice is, and I'm going to tell you what that is. This is your vacation. The only person that can mess up your vacation is you. As you wander around this vast ship, you're literally walking around a small city between housekeepers and people who run the restaurants, the bars, entertainment, guest services. Thousands of people are there for one reason, and that is to make your vacation the best possible experience that it can be. As that happens, you're going to come across one or two things or one or two people that just rub you the wrong way. I promise the rest is going to go great if you let it go great. So don't let it destroy your vacation, and just get on board, have a fantastic time. And if you do have a problem that you have to visit guest service, let's say something does go horribly wrong, my biggest piece of advice there is be nice. Again, the people who work at guest service are there for one reason, and that's to help you have a fantastic experience. And if you're nice to them, I promise they're going to go out of their way to make it right for you. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. We have some more videos coming out a little later in the week. Again, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below, click that little bell notification. And if you want to hit the join button and support our channel financially, you're more than welcome to do that as well. Also, there's a link to our Patreon account down there as well if you decide you want to do that. And my wife is like almost doing handstands in the back trying to tell me something, so go ahead.
We do have one last question. They're asking if once they've already debarked from the main location, if they were to be able to buy a case of soda at one of the ports and bring it on.
That's a good question. The question is, once you debark the cruise ship, once you get on the cruise ship, if you can bring another case of soda in at the port of call. Let's say you run out, and the answer is no. You might be able to get away with it. You could. You might have a security guard who's feeling okay with you. But the official answer is no. So if you do buy it, be prepared that you might have to throw it away once you get on board the cruise ship. All right, guys, thank you very much. We'll see you on the next video.